All right, predate back to late April. Coronavirus in full swing, at home all the time now. Haven't been to work in a while. Still working from home, but definitely with my role, it's a lot less. So it gives me a lot of time to work on it and kind of hit it hard. So things I was really looking at is really been studying the different platforms and how I want this to kind of organize and work. So definitely learning things like Crowdfire, how the content comes in, how to push things. Did a test run of just pushing like a wait and see with a logo or something like that. Got the logos created. Got the lady to help out with that, so that was super helpful. Got one for Ideaprov that's kind of glowing pink, and then the other one is just a smaller little avatar, which is just a light up glowing bulb. The Ideaprov one is on a whatchamacallit, like a dark brick background, like you see like at improvs. So it kind of reflects both. I'm happy with it right now for first iteration. Also played around with Anchor and did see how that works. Didn't publish anything yet, but wanted to test it out, see how the recording feature works, how it was versus the phone compared to the platform online. Also recorded a trailer there for what the podcast was about, and then also recorded episodes 1 and 2. 1 being why do we work so hard, and 2, why do generations divide instead of like helping each other come along. So recorded those. They didn't seem terrible. It's definitely a new experience, so definitely learning a lot about how to pause, how to talk appropriately. Things like smacking and stuff like that, and picked up a microphone so that way things can get a little bit clearer, and trying to work up how that happens so you can see that and attached down here, and kind of working through that. And then also got started on some forms. So I did a form for the Airtable where you can share that form out. So when I start to get co-creators, I created a form asking them for all their content, or not all their content, but all their contact information. So name, emails, what their interests are, things that they want to be participating in within the podcast, their initiatives that they want to present, whether it's a business or, maybe ASPCA or PETA, things that they're passionate about. Get all of that information, as well as like any social handles and whatever, so that way in the post-production of the podcast we can make sure to shout out those different organizations and get those people some highlighted due time, which I think will bring value to the co-creators themselves, and then also for anybody that's listening, will be kind of a neat way to find out about new things going on in their community that they might be interested in. Also started writing down and getting together ideas and thoughts, and then made a couple of different video scripts. So one of the video scripts was for the co-creator. So instead of going through and kind of explaining what the podcast is about, because this is brand new, I haven't heard of anybody else doing it, explaining what the podcast is about, I kind of made a video script and took a video while walking around of what the podcast is about, what the premise is about, what the flow is going to be, or how's it going to be, and then also the script included the part about co-creators and what they kind of needed to do. So that video explaining things, as well as the forum put together, will be what I'll be sending to co-creators that want to participate or interested in. I think I'm going to reach out to, of course, kind of family and friends type of thing, people that I know well first, off of, for example, like LinkedIn, get them to participate in some of them, and then we'll start going off to the mass kind of public and see how that works. I don't know what the feedback is going to be. It seems to be a little bit tentative right now. A lot of people are kind of interested, but as far as people getting actually on board and scheduled a date to do it, not so many quite yet, but it's early. I still have some kinks to kind of work out from a technological standpoint, as well as the post-production. I have to figure that portion out, how I'm going to edit files and whatnot. So I think I have a little bit of time to do that, but I also want to line up, people in the podcast for content, so that way whenever I do start pushing things forward, I will have that content in my back pocket to just kind of line up on a calendar and say, hey, we're doing 3 posts a day, bang, 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 and knock it out and have it ready to go. So the other things that I did, because this has been a little bit of a long one, was categorize more fields in the Airtable. I sent out, like I said, a couple of co-creator information. They're in invites to different people, so we're talking, I think I have probably about 4 or 5 out total, so I know I'm going to need to send out a lot more here shortly. Seems to be received relatively well so far, so I can't be too mad at it. And then I also checked the trailer with the audio and found that WeVideo works, I guess, for chopping the audio a little bit, but I have to dive deeper into how that's actually going to function on a regular basis. So I'll probably need to do a podcast or chop up one of the existing episodes and download it into that and see how that will work first. Yeah, but it was a good kind of couple weeks as far as stretching the project, so happy with the progress so far.